Hey YouTube, Laidback Retro Gamer here. This is my video in response to Cessnaace tagging me in his latest tagged video, the 5 personal facts about myself. Before I get to that, I just want to make a special shout out to a really nice guy, uh, pretty much a new user here. I think he's had his channel up for a few months now. His channel name is Jacob Bart Taylor. I'll put, the link to his page in the sidebar there. But yeah, so he's been a really great supporter of both myself and my nephew's 2 channels. And he needs some more subscribers and some more activity on his page because he totally deserves it. He was also mentioned in one of the recent shoutout videos from Deadman7257, which was awesome. And he got some more activity on his page, but it's still not really a whole lot. And he deserves as much help as possible. Okay, so I have a little list here because I have to make a second tagged video in response to XFile 2708, but I'm going to make 2 separate. I'm not going to, cop out and just put like 10 facts in one thing. So, yeah, the first fact about me, I'm the youngest of 3 siblings. I have a brother named Roger, he's 42 years old, and I have a sister named Amy, which is 37. I guess, I'm still the baby of the family, even though I'm 27. But also, my niece and nephew live here, my sister's kids, but, that's not really my immediate family, that's her family. The second fact, I have a cat named Shadow. She's really tiny. She's a runt, which they call them that. She was the smallest of the litter. I got her in this local pet store a few miles from my house, and she's turning 5 pretty soon. Um, yeah, so she's a mix. She's part Russian blue and part Siamese. So, she has some of those different colorings. She's like, part gray and a little bit of like orangish color and a little bit of white. The third fact, I played tuba in elementary school band. This was in 4th and 5th grade, and then I carried over to that to middle school to 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then around 9th grade, when I had to try out for all district band for the high school, I don't know, I just really wasn't into it as much. Like I wasn't really practicing as much, and things were falling behind. So I figured, I'd venture out into other things, but that was basically it for my musical career. Um, the fourth fact about me, I really don't like any type of seafood. I used to eat tuna fish and like fish sticks, things like that, but not really as much anymore. You know, like it's a real rare instance that I'll eat any kind of fish. Also, I'm not really very much into eating like cuts of meat, like steaks and chops and you know things like that. Once in a while, like I'll eat roast beef or something, but it has to be cooked really well and it has to be very soft. Same thing too, like corned beef, like around the holidays, like St. Patrick's Day. I'll have a little bit of that, but it has to be really shaved thin and like moist and everything, because I don't like chewy type of meat that has a lot of fat on it. I guess the fifth and final fact in this video. I used to really be a big comic book collector and also sports cards collector. Um, all different types of comics. I was really into the whole Spawn series, and I used to like the Star Wars comics, and I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. There was a series called Lobo, which was really good. There was a series called Vigilante, which was really good. Like a lot of the Dark Horse comics and the, Marvel and DC, things like that. Like I was into Iron Man a lot. And this really one very good underrated comic called Ambush Bug. It was sort of like a rip-off of Superman kind of thing. But as for the sports cards, I used to collect baseball, basketball, hockey, football, like wrestling cards, even like some movie cards. I'm saying this was way back, like when Terminator 2 was out, and like, Batman Returns and all those types of movies were out. I used to collect, the promotional cards for those series and stuff. And then I guess also I could add this on. I was really big into that whole like Pog craze. with the big stacks of pogs, and you had the slammers that you would use for them, and that was like when I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade. And I used to actually work off the books for this bike shop. And twice a week I would go on a weekend, like a Saturday and a Sunday, for just 2 or 3 hours, and I'd make some little bit of extra money. Or like the guy would, pay me in pogs, basically. Like people used to line up. It was crazy, like, all the way out the door and looking for all different types of pogs and stuff. And, that was the big craze coming in from Hawaii back then. And yeah, I guess that's about it. About tagging 5 other people. I mean, I'm not gonna really list them, on this video. Maybe I'll go back and edit it, but like I'm not really too sure who to tag. I mean, cause I do talk to a lot of you, on a regular basis, but I don't know if I feel comfortable enough to really tag people back just yet. I do have a few people in mind, and I'm going to get in touch with them if that's alright, because I don't want to put pressure on anybody and be like, oh, well, you have to, you know. So this is my first tag video, and I'm new at this whole YouTube thing, so I hope you guys like it. And, look out a little bit later on, and I'll have my other tag video up in response to Xfile 2708. Thanks a lot, guys.